Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to the final episode of the Tampa Bay Lightning Be a GM, where we review everything that happened here. So I got a sim up here to where it kicks over and we can actually take a look at how good everybody got. Awards. It's more about the team and how it progressed from year to year and our results that we had every year. I mean, I brought Tampa Bay Lightning to the playoffs 11 times. Every single season that we played, we were in the playoffs. Outstanding job this year. Bringing home the Stanley Cup is something every owner dreams about. I knew you could do it on behalf of the TB Lightning. Good work. We don't really need to do the scouting here, so we're just going to back out of that. We'll kick up to the 13th. All right, there it is. It's going to kick over the Adirondack Phantoms 1, and the Adirondack is Philadelphia's farm team. So we didn't win the 2 in a row like we wanted to, but not bad either way. All right. Let's just stop this sim here. Yeah, it looks like Patan won the Hart. And Patan won the Art Ross, actually, too. So, we'll go to stats, and we'll take a look at the awards. Alright, so Stanley Cup, 3 years in a row. President's Trophy, we won that this year, too. I believe that's the second time we won it. Winnipeg won the Clarence. We won the Prince of Wales, obviously. Patan won the Art Ross after Drouin won it the year before. Patan won the Hart. Voynov won the Norris, so that one still eluded us every single year. Patan won the Lady Byng, so we didn't get that one either. Jorgen Stahlberg won the Calder. John Gibson won the Conn Smythe for the second year in a row. First time ever he's won the Vezina for us, and the William M. Jennings. Derek Forbert again won the Bill Masterton. Jonathan Toews won the Selke. Gibson actually won the Ted Lindsay as the NHL's most outstanding player. Good for him. Good for John Gibson. Alex Gogolev won the Richard. And Tampa Bay Lightning won the Stanley Cup. So that's it for the awards on that, guys. So what we will take a look at then is not GM options. We need to look at GM tracker. All right. Now let's see here. I can't remember. I always forget exactly where it goes. No, we don't want tasks. GM reputations, no. Team rankings. So we could do team rankings. We're number one. Number one franchise. Most Stanley Cups, we won 5. Columbus won 2. Calgary won 1. Chicago, New York, and San Jose each won 1 as well. Toughest teams, we're probably way down there. We're 18th in terms of toughness. We got a B because we got a couple of enforcers. If you look at Winnipeg, they're a tough team. Yeah, maybe that's the key is toughness. And they've got an A+ for toughness. Boston also had a really good year, and they had an A+ for toughness. Interesting. All right, personal GM records. So, we can look at this. This is not as much fun as obviously as other things. Actually, you know what? We'll do this first. Upgrade. Let's upgrade our guy. There we go. Confirm purchases. All right. Personal GM. So total tasks unlocked 274. That's boring. Best statistic. Total goalie shutouts in your career. 109 shutouts. Shutouts this season we had 15. Most wins in a single season. That was this year. 57. And longest ever winning streak was 15. That was posted this year as well. Total trades made, we had 121 total trades. Trade offers rejected, we had 90. Most trades made in a single year, 35 trades. That's crazy. That's unbelievable. Proposals that boosted your team's rep, 125, and 86 that lowered it. Our highest GM rep that we obtained was 100, and max phones active was 5, which is the max anyway. All right, free agency and re-sign. Best signed free agent overall rating was 85 overall. We signed a total of 68 free agents. We renewed 104 contracts. Most renewals that we offered in one offseason was 8. Most players claimed off waivers, or total players have claimed off waivers, was 4. Rookies and scouting. Total directed scouting trips, 113. Best rookie class scouted, we put up 55%, which is not bad. Rookies personally drafted, 30. Centers drafted 6, wingers 11, defenders 8, and goalies 5. That's pretty good. We drafted 5 goalies and 6 centers. That's a good distribution right there. Playoff history, Stanley Cups earned 5, total trophies earned 40. We qualified for the playoffs every year, 11 years. Times eliminated in the first round 3 times. We had some frustrations. We advanced to the quarterfinals 8 times, the semifinals 7, and advanced to the Stanley Cup finals 5 times. So every single time we went to the Stanley Cup finals, we won it. That's a pretty good streak right there. And only twice did we not make it to the semifinals, or did we make it to the semifinals, but not the Stanley Cup finals. Playoff round swept 10. So he had 10 sweeps. 2 of them came in the last year. It's pretty good. Weeks, power rankings. Weeks this year in top 10, 26. Weeks this year in the middle 10, 13. Years finished in the top 10, 9. Years finished in the middle 10, just 1. So that's pretty good indeed. Statistics. Here you go. Year by year, you can figure out how we won the cup. So playoffs, we made it to the first round. We had a record that year of 47, 30, and 5, 99 points. Good year for us. The second year we played, we had 44, 30, and 8 for 96 points, 220 goals for in that one. Not our highest, but we were eliminated in the second round. We had 2 years in a row. We're like, damn it, we're so close. And then we had a 44, 31, and 7 record in the third year. 95 points, 217 goals for, 192. Shit. There we go. 192 goals against. Went eliminated in the first round again. And then the next year after that, we had 57 wins. So we were tied with this year. 22 losses, 3 OT losses, 117 points. The most goals for us we posted in an entire year. 277. Great year for us. Finished in the third round. We got eliminated. And then the year after that, 50 wins, 107 points. Won the cup that year. 44 wins for 99 points. We won the cup that year as well. Then after that, we went 51 wins, better than the 2 years between the two. A total of 107 points. And we finished in the first round. We got eliminated in the first round, so we had another down moment. And then 54 wins, so we're still flirting with that high number. 54 wins, 22 losses. We ended up with 114 points, our second highest point total we ever achieved. Third highest ever point total we ever achieved. And again, look at that, 117 points, 114 points, and we were eliminated in the third round. We almost happened again this year. And then for 3 years in a row to cap things off in the best style ever, 51 wins, 27 losses, 4 overtime losses, 106 points won us the cup that year. The year after that, 48 wins, 28 losses, 6 OT losses, only 102 points. And then the final year, 57 wins, the most wins we've ever had in a single year. 19 losses, the fewest losses we've ever had in a single year. 6 OT losses. That's tied for like 4th lowest, but you know what? That's neither here nor there with that one. 120 points. The most points we ever achieved in a single season. 3 more than our best before that, which was in 2016. We had 117. And then goals for was 3rd most, right? 4th most? 4th most. So he didn't score as much this year, but man, oh man, did we keep him off. 172 goals was not our best goals against. This one was 163, but a really good result for us on that. Team stats, if you look at this, that's this year. Playoffs, we had 16 wins and 5 losses. Just unbelievable. GM contract history, total years in career so far, we had 11. We had 3 different contracts, 11 successful years when we've had 1 time offered a renewal. Okay. Number of separate teams managed, just the 1, obviously. We don't need to worry about that. And staff abilities are all maxed out. So we did that in the end, guys. One thing I would like to look at is just kind of a story of our team and how we assembled some of these guys. I may not remember all of them, but we can definitely tell a little bit of a story with it, all right? So Stanley Marlowe and Audison are both up for renewal on their contracts. Marlowe will be a little bit cheaper than Audison. Well, in terms of difference, will be a little bit less. It's going to be a tough year for whoever takes over for me. Stanley Marlowe, we picked up in the trade for, was it Sidney Crosby, I believe? I think it was Sidney Crosby. Oh, no, it wasn't Sidney Crosby. Shoot. Kucherov, I think? Maybe Kucherov. Yeah, that sounds right. It's hard to say how exactly we picked up all these guys because we made so many trades. Audison we just picked up in the last year. He went in the Yakupov trade to Winnipeg, remember? So he was a big pickup for us. There was a couple players that changed hands there. Jonathan Drouin we've had since the beginning. I mean, he's like one of the only players we've actually had since the beginning. Connor McDavid we picked up in exchange with Sidney Crosby, so he ended up having a really good career with us. Aaron Ekblad we picked up in a trade to, was it Winnipeg as well? I believe that was the deal. We picked up it was Crosby. It was Crosby. We picked up Ekblad and McDavid, I believe, in that trade. Hamilton we picked up right off the get-go to be our two-way defenseman that played alongside of Bogosian / Hedman. We had that trio going, remember, for a while, and they were good. Justin Schultz. We tried to make a trade for Justin Schultz, and he just fell into our lap. Remember, they waived him, and we're like, wow, okay, well, Justin Schultz just landed on our lap for free. Mark Scheifele, the Winnipeg trade. We got Mark Scheifele, Evander Kane, and Byron Hutchinson, and the only player we actually kept was Mark Scheifele. Hutchinson was a dud. Should have been the defensive defenseman that we wanted to play around alongside Justin Schultz. Never panned out. And then Patrick Kane, or Evander Kane, was shipped off just because he wasn't as good as a sniper as we could have achieved. We ended up having Reed Boucher instead. Matt Dumba, we picked up in the trade that saw Darnell Nurse. That's actually how we picked up Addison, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember now. But we got Dumba in exchange for Addison, or in exchange for Nurse, and there was another player. I think it was Addison then. I believe it might have been. Reed Boucher had a great year for us. Reed Boucher, did we sign him or we trade for him? I don't recall exactly anymore, but Reed Boucher we picked up somewhere along the line. Cronwall was just a signing, a free agent signing that we ended up getting really lucky with. I mean, the guy is 84 overall center, playmaker, really good passing and stuff. He's a good player, good offensive threat. D'Angelo, we picked. He was a draft pick we had in the first year. And he progressed into quite the nice little player. I mean, he's a 4-star player, and he had a really good shot. But he played on the third pairing almost his entire career, or his entire time with us, which probably stunted his growth. Magnus Backlund, we just signed in this offseason as an enforcer with really good defensive awareness, which is why I picked him up. But he dropped. Look at, he's dropped a little bit, 97 defensive awareness. But that's probably because they're tired from the playoffs. Cashman, we made a trade for in probably like the 4th or 5th last season as the grinder on that third line. We wanted to spice things up a bit because we had a couple two-way forwards, and we wanted to just add a grinder to the mix. Adam Ernie's been with us since like day one. Adam Ernie, he is I believe a prospect. What was he? Oh. Shoot, what did I just do? Ernie, where are you? Ernie, let's see. Where was he? Is he drafted by Tampa? Yeah, he was a Tampa Bay Lightning draft pick, and we just sat on him, and he ended up being a really good defensive player. Page we drafted. We drafted Kip Page, and he was drafted just recently, actually. What was it? Oh, shoot, wrong way. There you go. 16th round in 2022, or first round, 16th overall in 2022. So he was a good player for us, Kip Page, in the very little time that we actually had the pleasure of playing with him. Preston Sutton. One of those guys that just never developed. We drafted him earlier, 2019, and he's 23rd overall, and he actually developed quite quickly. I think he was like 76 overall, but he stopped right there. He just wouldn't get any better. Kyle Pettit, we picked up from Ottawa, was it? I think so. I think it was Ottawa, and I mean, he sat all year, so that stunted his growth. Unfortunately, we probably should have dealt Pettit. Antropov, 79 overall. Oleg Antropov. Never saw any action with us, neither with Karanen or Rachinik. Scavier, Chase, all of these guys are, you know, depth players that really don't have too much of a hope of being on the team and really never played much of a role with us. If you look at goalies, Jonathan Gibson was on our was in Anaheim. Was he on our team? I can't remember. Did we have Gibson for a while? I'm trying to remember the story. I think we had Gibson for a while. We traded him away because he was slow. Yeah, we had Gibson because he was going to be the goalie of the future. And we traded him away to Los Angeles in exchange for Jonathan Quick because Jonathan Quick was the better goalie at the time, and we wanted to keep on top of things. And then after that, we traded Jonathan Quick for Storm Phaneuf. Storm Phaneuf was our goalie for 2 years. And then we traded Storm Phaneuf at the deadline for John Gibson last year. So John Gibson ended up taking over, and he's still 91 overall and 30 years old. He's going to carry this team into the future. Tristan Jarry was a draft pick, I believe, or a signed of... I believe we just signed him as a free agent. Can't remember what it was. Yeah, Pittsburgh drafted him, but we signed him as a free agent. Jean Mathieu is a free agent as well. A lot of our goalies have been free agents. So the Tampa Bay Lightning were built in two major ways. One was signing free agents and then trading them, but number one was just trading the assets we had up until we had a 95 overall left winger, a 92 overall left winger, a sniper, a 90 overall sniper, and these guys are crazy good. I mean, these are 5-star players right here, 5-star players, and then we got tons of 5.5 star or 4.5 star. Look at that. So if you count the number of assets we acquired and the fact that we were able to keep ourselves under the salary cap is unbelievable. If you look at 24-25 about who needs to be re-signed, it's a big year. It's a big year. Otteson, Marlowe. Who else is there? Cronwall. I guess that's it. Boucher. Lots of players are coming up for renewal, but the big ones are Otteson and Marlowe. So, and then the goaltending is Jonathan, or what's his name? John Gibson. So, I mean, they do have a lot to re-sign here, but I definitely think it's attainable. I think we've left them in really good hands here for the draft as well. I don't think that there's anything else we can look at here with the Tampa Bay Lightning, so I'm going to cut it off there. I'm going to say goodbye to the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's been a fantastic run here for us. I've had so much fun playing with these guys and bringing you guys the Tampa Bay Lightning year after year, game after game. Just the success that this team saw from ground up, and the fact that we never missed the playoff once and still were able to create an elite team. Running from just the likes of Steven Stamkos to having Sidney Crosby, Jonathan Drouin, Matthias Otteson, Stanley Marlowe, some of the best players that played during this Be a GM section played for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Some of the best players. So that says a lot about the GMing. That says a lot about the development we did of our rookies and our young players, our signings, our acquisitions through trade. We really played smart, and I think we did a really good job at making this team as good as they are. All right, guys. So that's it. Let's say goodbye to the Tampa Bay Lightning together. Goodbye, Tampa Bay, and hello to the next team. I will be revealing that with the first video. You guys will know exactly who won when you saw it. So until next time, I'm Target Audience, and I'll see you guys out on the ice.